Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. My guest today is Andrea Flommer. Andrea is an author and a blogger. She writes about style and fashion and the arts, and she lives in California. Very happy to have you here with us, Andrea.
Thank you so much, Margaret. It's a delight to be here again.
You know, I was going to mention too that as an author, you've written a book called Shopping for the Real You, which is a great title because, as we've discovered in our chats, you really do go deeply into the psychology of fashion. You know, what things do for you. So I want to talk today about color and about how color impacts our decisions about fashion choices, you know, and how we can, I guess, determine what the good colors are for us. What would you say to all that? What are some tips, some ways to use color?
First thing I'll say is that the reason color is important is that it's the first thing that registers to the eye when you see somebody. So I think it's extremely important I personally think it's extremely important to get a color analysis done. But there's a lot of misinformation out there. And I know actually sort of okay is actually sort of okay. But if you want to get perfect, I feel so strongly about the system, the man who taught me. I do not do color analysis myself, but I work with the personal style counselor system. So what I'm going to show you, your viewers, is the forced color archetypes. And you probably all have heard of them already, but I have to preface it by making this very strong point. It's a very rare person that falls into one seasonal color archetype.
Right.
We are combinations, and it's those combinations that make us so interesting. But so I'm going to show them for you anyway, just so you get an idea of them. This is in general what somebody who might have an autumn-like color harmony, we like to call them, look like. I'm mostly autumn.
Andrea, could you do me a favor? Could you just hold that up and just count to 3 so people can actually see that? Because there's a lot to observe. The autumn colors.
And these aren't all of them. You know, this is a really short version. What it means is if somebody has a lot of autumn like I do, we cannot wear bright white, which is really a shame because I would love to wear a bright white blouse, but we always go for a little ivory. I
think I'm actually autumn colors looking at that that spread, and I think that I'm the same. I cannot wear white. I've never been able to wear a white shirt. Lynn Slater and I were talking about, white shirts because that's all she wears, and I just can't do it. Anyway, so let's carry on and also before you continue, I just want to say that people who've had their colors done in the past, we're going to talk a little bit in a minute about things that change as you get older. So you may not be resonating with the same colors that you think you should be resonating with.
That could be the case, absolutely. Okay. And also as we get older, we tend to want to wear certain colors more than others. And we want to show up, but we want to show up in a way that flatters us. If you have a question about whether a color is right for you, there are 2 things to look at. First of all, does it make your eyes sparkle and come alive? Do your eyes show up? And also, does it make your skin tone look healthy, or does it turn your skin tone either ashy or too bright? So those are the things. Look at your eyes and look at your skin tone, and that will give you an idea. Okay. I'm going to show you one that I think you have a lot of, Margaret.
Okay.
Actually, my teacher told me that I needed to change one of these colors, so I did in the second version of the book.
It's true. I love those colors too. The teal blue, particularly. I love the blues. Yeah.
Right. These are the summer colors. That means they're sort of softened. They're sort of grayed down a little bit. They're extremely refined colors. I jokingly say I have summer envy. We call it subtle blended. So those are colors for somebody like I think you can wear. I think you could also wear a lot of what we call lively bright, which is the spring.
Great. I'm so glad you're showing these. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Are these in your book, Andrea, by any chance?
These are in the book. All of these are in the book.
Okay, great.
And then finally, the final one is we call it striking contrast. You will know it as winter.
Okay.
So these are colors that contrast greatly with each other. If you have, if in your youth your hair was extremely dark and your skin was extremely light, then those contrasts will continue throughout your life. You can do that. The point is to recognize that almost all of us are combinations. And so we have to play with it a little bit. We have to get to know where we fit in these. The other thing is that some people say, oh, I can't wear red, or I don't look so good in green. Nonsense. Everybody can wear red. Everybody can wear green. The only color that some people cannot wear, or two of them, are yellows and oranges. If you have a great deal of subtlety and refinement in your skin like you do, you have a lot of the summer, the one that I envy, the subtle blended coloring. Orange and yellow will make you look gray.
Yeah, I don't have yellow. I don't have a single thing in my wardrobe that's yellow. I don't like yellow at all. Honestly, I have a visceral reaction to yellow. I don't like it. It's really like, put it away now.
You know, that's exactly it. I always tell people the three things with fashion is train your eye. In other words, look and learn about yourself and what looks good on you. Don't, and the final one is don't obsess. The second one, this is what I was trying to remember. Trust your gut. You said you had a visceral reaction to that. Trust your gut. If your gut says no, then that means something to you. Yeah. Train your eye, trust your gut, and then don't obsess.
I like that advice. So given the fact that like you mentioned earlier, a lot of women go lighter with their hair as they get older. I mean, they go gray or they decide to go blonde. I mean, I'm not naturally blonde, and my hair color actually is brown. I mean, I'm from when I was young, but so my colors that I would have worn then were very different to what I might wear now. So, and I guess the tone of the color, like I noticed in that list in the charts, there were similar colors, but they were slightly different tone of them.
That's right. All colors are, they're divided by lightness and darkness, which means the amount of white and the amount of black, and then warmth and coolness, which is the amount of yellow and the amount of blue. And so every color, this is why I say everybody can wear reds, everybody can wear blues, everybody can wear greens. What that means is that your reds may be like what you're wearing now. It may have some brightness and softness to it, and somebody else may wear a candy apple red, bright, like somebody with striking contrast coloring can wear a really bright, vibrant red. I disappear behind that. I need some warmth. So the point is now, and here's the thing about how to wear colors. This is what's fun.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Colors have a psychological effect. Anything in any of your red tones says romantic. That's why it's
Valentine's Day. Yeah, of course.
And you have a lot of. There's also the 7 style archetypes, of which we are combinations, and I describe those in the book too. I even have a questionnaire in the book so you can fill out to figure out what you are.
Cool.
But if you want to appear romantic, see, I have 5% romantic, not a lot. But if I wear my reds, I look romantic. So regardless of what your face shape is, regardless of what your hair looks like, regardless of what your height is or your weight, if you wear your reds, any of the reds, from pink to coral to bright red, whichever one is right for you, you will look romantic. So that's why I say everybody can wear red. And then the blues, for most people, blues and greens have a kind of a powerful effect. But there's one more thing, and this is something, if you're a little confused about what to wear and you're not sure what your colors are, almost every human being in the colored part of your eye has multiple colors. If you wear any of your eye colors, you appear approachable, believable, you feel comfortable yourself. This is one of my eye colors.
Yeah. You have green, I have hazel eyes too. But that's
Yeah.
really, but you're right. When you look in your eyes, there's little glints of different color. Actually, I think there's
That's
even
right.
gold in mine, which I can't wear gold, except jewelry, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting. So I guess the first thing you said was to maybe do an assessment. Do you have an assessment of sorts in your book, or?
Yes. Well, in the book, the assessment for the style is very clear. The assessment for colors goes over some details, like if your eye colors fall in this area, then you probably are this. If your hair color falls in this area, you probably are this. If your skin tone falls in this area, you probably are this. And so that gives you an extremely general idea, because you want to have some general idea. But then always go by that test if the color makes your eyes look bright and your skin. There's another one too, is that if you're wearing a color that is not right for you, then you will recede in the background. Instead of your skin getting brighter, like your skin is getting brighter from the color you're wearing, then the color will come first and you will disappear. So that's another test to see if the color is right for you.
It's very powerful, isn't it? I was just thinking as you were talking, somebody needs to open a shop where they sell like maybe only like 3 or 4 basic items, and then you can get it in any color. Like you can just say, I want this dress and I want it in that tone of blue because that's my color. And I don't think anyone does that, do they?
Mark, this has been my personal dream. That's
Really?
exactly what I would have loved to have done. There was a shop near where I live in Northern California that did exactly that. Yeah. And the people would go and get their colors analyzed, and then they would go to the shop and find the one in that style and that color for them. So yeah, that would be, I would love to do that. I would love to come up with like a sweater in 4 different harmonies, color harmonies.
Yeah, maybe you should do that. Next project for you.
Let's talk about it.
Well, it's really great. Is there anything else you wanted to say about how people?
Yes, just that one thing, which is that the I call them the color mafia. Every year Pantone comes out with a new series of colors.
Yes.
And those are the colors you're going to find everywhere. It makes it very easy for designers because they can all go to one place and get that certain group of colors to design colors in that year. And if you go to a store, you're going to find them all sort of matching.
Yes.
But they won't always work for you. So when you see your colors appear, finally, buy a lot of them because they won't be available next year. And buy the best quality you can so it will last until the next time they come available again. I have colors, I have sweaters and things that I've had for years because I'm not going to find them again for a while. So that's a really important point.
It's very good advice, actually. I really love this color, this kind of peachy color. The camera does funny things to colors, but and you're right. At the end of the season, I looked for things that were on sale. I almost went in shopping by color. I didn't even know. I just like whatever it is, if it's in that color, I can use it, and that's really great advice to give people. And so it's just a matter of like right back to a comment that you made in one of our other talks about knowing yourself, which is what your book's all about. Shopping for the real you. Once you get that, then everything else is easier. Not easy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It just makes it easy. You understand who you are so that when you go through the stores, you go, no, 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 yes. No, 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 yes. My sister told me that. I treated her to have her colors and style done, and she said, I don't waste time anymore because I know what works.
Yeah, wonderful. It's a really great tip. All right. Well, thank you so much again for your advice and wisdom on this. It's just been so enlightening. I've really enjoyed our conversation, and I hope that you are listening have enjoyed it as well. Go out to see Andrea's website. It's shoppingfortherealyou.com, and I'm actually going to go get a copy myself because I want to learn. But thank you so much for being here, Andrea. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Margaret. It's been a real joy.
I will. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our 60 and Me YouTube channel and also visit our website. We are a strong and dynamic community of women over 60. We're challenging aging stereotypes, and every day we share fascinating stories, interesting questions, and great conversation.